Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am back. Welcome to the first of the live previews. Since I've been home from Tenerife. Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. I hope you are all well. Since I've been away, not being as active on here, I hope you've all been keeping safe. Had a very nice 2 weeks. I have in Tenerife. Arms are a lot browner than my face and my body. But, priorities. Don't want to have sunburn and peeling skin all down here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Hello, Lucas Smallwood. How are you? Hello, Sam. Hello, Leo. I shall see you tomorrow, my friend. I shall see you tomorrow, and I'm gonna stay late tomorrow as well. I'm gonna stay late and see what happens there. So we'll see. Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see what goes on. We will see what goes on. But Coventry tomorrow. Interesting. I'm confident. I am confident. Marcus, mate, good to see you. Staying late, Joe. Oh God, I'll see you tomorrow, pal. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Buzzing to be back. Don't get me wrong. I've had a very nice 2 weeks laid out in the sun, but it's not the same. It's not the same sat there, leaving, going up from the pool early, getting a shower, and then sat there with my iPad just on the table in front of me in my hotel room. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same as being there creating content for all of you lot. Yeah. Buzzing to be back. Even more buzzing because I came back and got the fantastic news of my GCSE results. So my little hiatus, my temporary hiatus for 6 weeks, it turned out all right. Nothing lower than a 6, which is the equivalent of a B. So I've got all A's and B's there. Pleased with that. Stand out alongside the 8 in geography and the 8-7 in science is maths, because I am absolutely shite at maths. So how I've come out with a 7, I have absolutely no idea. But I feel good. So it's, because I'm on such a high, it's just going to be typical City to bring me straight back down to earth. And Coventry lost their last game. Yeah, it's just going to be typical. It happened against West Brom. We're going to gift it to them again, aren't we? We're going to gift it to them again. Please, no. Please, no. Right, I have one hell of a team news script for you here. So I am allowed 1,000 characters on one of these banners on the bottom of your screen that you can see just down there. It says Hull City versus Coventry live preview, spinning along there. I'm allowed 1,000 letters / spaces or like whatever in there. I have got 999. I am one character spare. So that tells you all you need to know. So I've got the script right in front of me here. Let's see then. Team news. Ryan Longman and Tyler Smith are fit to return to match action. Oh, God. Versus Coventry City. New signing Cyrus Christie is likely to be involved if the club registered him by 12 p.m. today, which I believe they did because they announced him on that time. Salaradinu Ladamhand, who signed on a season-long loan early this week, picked up a minor injury whilst on pre-season tour with parent club Arsenal. So hasn't trained with the rest of the squad yet. And it is unconfirmed how long he's meant to be out for. I heard it was initially around 2 weeks, but then Baz Cooper said it's going to be a bit longer. So who knows? Ozan Tufan limped off with a hamstring problem in the 5-2 defeat to West Bromwich Albion, but Shota Arveladze says his injury is not as bad as initially feared, and he hopes to be back to play Sheffield United in a week's time. Alayas Sayadmanesh is absent for around 3 months with a torn hamstring. Jean-Michel Seri, with a calf problem, could return to face Sheffield United, but Greg Doherty, quad, James Scott, shin, Durkan Sinek, calf. Brandon Fleming, foot. Unconfirmed signing Adama Traore, hamstring. And Josh Emmanuel, all remain unavailable. So I'll take you through that again, just summarise it. Longman and Tyler Smith, both fit. Christie, registered in time, I believe, will be able to play. Salah, Ozan, Alaya, Mika, Doherty, Scott, Sinek, Fleming, Traore, and Emmanuel all out. All of those will be missing. So, it's a long list. It's a very long list. It's a very, very, very long list. But it's going to start coming down. It's going to start coming down. You know, we've got Seri and Tufan, who'll be back, who both hope to be back for Sheffield United in a week's time. They're both going to miss, they're both going to miss QPR in the week, but they hope to be back on Sunday next week for Sheffield United. That is a Sunday game, 3 o'clock kickoff, in case you're wondering why it is a Sunday. Hull FC play Hull Kingston Rovers on the Saturday in Hull. So whoever scheduled that at the EFL to match up with that game is pretty stupid. Anyway, we'll move on. And then what? Salah, Lucas, in case you're wondering, he got injured at Arsenal. He hasn't trained with us yet because of that injury. He was injured at Arsenal. However, the club needed to get the deal done then, even though he was injured, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to sign him at all. They wouldn't be able to sign him at all if they didn't get the deal done before the end of this window. So they thought, right, we're in a position now where it's agreed with Arsenal, it's agreed with Salah, we can get him in despite his injury. What's the point waiting around? Let's just do it. That's what they've done. And then, so what? Who have we got? Out? So I've mentioned Tufan. I've mentioned Mika. We don't know how far away Salah is because Arsenal didn't give the club much information on it. So who knows on that one, really? Ali is out for 3 months, which is a right setback, and it's a real shame for him because that massively dents his World Cup chances with Iran. Doherty is recovering. He's on schedule to be back earlier than expected. He was to be out between 4 to 8 weeks for about 8 weeks. It was, I was told, but another person told me 4. But if it's 8 weeks, which is what I was initially told, then then if he's coming back early, that's brilliant. James Scott told me on the opening day of the season that he was about 2 weeks away. So what's happened there, I don't know. I'll try and speak to him. Tomorrow and see what's going on there. Durkan Sinek is about 2 weeks away from returning to training, so that's positive. Fleming, we don't know. He's bruised the bone. He's bruised his metatarsal bone. So the club are taking it just day by day with that, I believe, because they don't want to make that bruising on the bone any worse. They're just playing it by ear, how Brandon feels. And then Adama Traore will be back around Christmas time. And Josh Emmanuel, we sadly don't know. But all we can say is, all I've been told, all Baz Cooper has been told, and what Baz Cooper said, it's unlikely that he's going to feature before the new year. And hence why we've brought in Cyrus Christie. Now, quickly, I just need to find something that Baz Cooper said about Emmanuel. He did a live chat thing on the Hull Daily Mail website and asked and he basically asked, right, there was a lot of questions. There was a lot of questions about Josh. So he just tried to put something to bed. He put a big statement right at the top, pinned it, and says, look, this is This is what I know. This is what I can tell you. But I can't really say any more than that. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. So he said, Ari Josh Emmanuel. Josh remains unavailable for selection, and unfortunately, it would appear that way for the foreseeable future. The club, this is interesting. The club had been hoping to put out an interview of their own with him for quite a while, but particularly during the summer after his extra year option was activated. But unfortunately, that hasn't happened. So that's interesting. As I understand it, Josh and those around him remain reluctant to speak publicly about the situation, and therefore it remains off limits. By off limits, he's saying journalists, so he, Radio Humberside, whether it be Burnsy, whether it be Mike White, whether it be Matt Dean, can't ask anything. Nobody can ask anything about Josh at the moment. That's what he means off limits. I think everyone wishes him well and hopes he can get back to playing soon, because there's little doubt he'd be a real asset in the Championship. That's all I can tell. That's all that I can relay to you about that situation at the moment. Last time we played Coventry, a certain player scored. Yes, they did, Lucas. Was it Ryan Longman by any chance? I think it might have been Ryan Longman, Lucas. Is Callum O'Hare still unavailable, or is he back? I could not tell you. Hello, Joe. Is Baxter back? He was on the bench against Norwich. Baxter is back, but he just can't dislodge Ingram. Tomorrow, we'll get on to my prediction in a minute, but I am very, very confident. I need to sit up straighter. I've got indigestion. When Christie's up to speed, would you drop Coyle or wait till Coyle has a shocker or gets injured to bring in Christie? Personally, I bring in Christie, as Coyle has been a weak link lately. Right. I'm going to comment on that one, actually. I'm going to comment on that. So, a couple of still frames were doing the rounds after the West Brom game, saying, oh, what's Coyle doing here? He's too tight to Figueiredo. Why is he not out here with Diangana? That's easy to say when you stop the game and are pretty much watching the game frame by frame on a replay. But if Coyle isn't tight into Figueiredo, before the ball gets played to Diangana, there is an easy pocket to play a ball into or shoot straight through in the middle of Coyle and Figueiredo, and then Coyle gets slated for not being close enough. Coyle in that West Brom game, and this goes for all season really, he hasn't got any help of tracking back down that right-hand side. Yes, that is because for the first up to the Norwich game, we didn't play with wingers. And initially, when Tete and Estupinian started together against Preston, they started up top as a 2, Coyle right, Sayad Manesh left, classic midfield 3, Slater, Tufan, Seri, your back 3, Jones, Figueiredo, Greaves, Ingram in goal. So Coyle is in a situation where by doing that, he is damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he sticks to Figueiredo, the ball gets played to Diangana. If he sticks to Diangana, there's a massive gap between Figueiredo and him that a ball can be played through or that can be shot through. For me, it's not an issue of Coyle. For me, it's an issue of, I'm not sure if Williams was still on the pitch at this point. I'm not sure if he was subbed off. But it's an issue of, what is Randell Williams doing? I'll try and find the screenshot, actually. That people were picking out of Louis. Coyle injured. Coyle. Aha! Here it is. I found the screenshot. So right, you look here. This is what I'm saying. and I'll look at what chat are saying in a second. But you see here, where this ball is being played, Coyle's tight in there, a ball can be played through where there's Callum Robinson. I can't see who that is because it's stopped in a certain way. But if Coyle is out there, there's an easy way for a ball to be played through in the gap between him and Figueiredo. But by being out, yeah, like I say, by being tucked in there, he gives a pass to Diangana. But being out there, there's another easy route. But if you look here, right next to the referee on this far side, Randell Williams. Where Coyle has to be tucked in, he should be the one tracking back and being right near Diangana. But instead, he's not rushing. You can see in this frame, if he was rushing to get back, there'd be a lot more motion blur. For me, Randell should be a bit closer to where Coyle, Figs, Ryan Woods there on the edge of the D, and to where Diangana all are. That's my thoughts on it anyway. That's my thoughts. But then the person who's done this is, it says, prime example on why I think we need another right back. With Emmanuel being injured and Coyle being inconsistent, as in getting caught out nearly every game, we need a player who doesn't lack pace running back and can perform well all season, not just one every 4 games. So, yeah, I mean, I disagree with the point that's been made. I think the blame is more Randell Williams for that one. But, I mean, jury's out. We've got cover for him now. Now, in Emmanuel's absence, we've got cover. We've got Christie. And if they're both injured, Randell Williams can slot in. We can probably make Elder work on that side once Fleming's back, or we've got more covering at left wing back. We'll find out. Right then. We'll move on to Ref Watch now. I've spent 18 minutes just doing team news and waffling. It's good to be back, folks. Right, referees Oliver Langford, 2 liners, Sean Hudson, Mike Russell. 4th official is Andy Haynes. On to, I've not changed the banner stats then, taken from our last game against West Brom, and they don't look great, do they? 32% possession, West Brom dominated. Attacking wise, yeah, dominated. We had a lot more defending to do than them, hence why we've made more tackles, and hence why we've conceded more fouls as well. The stats tell the story. The game was all West Brom. Head-to-head for these guys then, looking at their team. For Mark Robins' side, sat at the bottom of the table at the minute with a point from 2 games because of the whole pitch fiasco. In their last game, they played the 3-5-2 system with Simon Moore in goal, a back 3 of, where is he? Dominic Hyam, Kyle McFadzean and Jonathan Panzo on loan from Nottingham Forest. It was, where is he? Fankati Darbo, right wing back, and it was Jake Bidwell down there at left wing back. And in the centre, there was Hamer, who's now suspended, Allen and Sheaf in there. Ben Sheaf, brother of former City player Matt Sheaf, but yeah, Gustavo Hamer is suspended. Callum O'Hare might still be injured. I'll try and check that. Interview injury updates. Yeah, Callum O'Hare will be on the sidelines for at least 6 to 8 weeks. So that's good. Todd Kane is unavailable. Liam Kelly. Liam Kelly's injured. And so they're missing Todd Kane, Liam Kelly, and Callum O'Hare at that point. And then up top in their last game was Gyökeres and Matt Godden up top together. Moving on, I'll quickly have a look at chat. Why not? Shouldn't have sold 2 midfielders. Are you meaning Honeyman and Rich, Lucas? Is it Honeyman and Rich who you're referring to? Yeah, that's what I say. Gustavo Hamer is suspended. Yeah, let's hope Coventry are lacking match sharpness. I think there will be a little bit, you know. Hang on, let me whip my Google Translate out. Just give me a second. And Google Translate. Right. Turkish to English. Will Ozan be fit? No. Ozan will. No. Mitahan Ozan. No. Sheffield United, yes. Sheffield United, yes. Do I reckon Pelkas will play versus QPR? If we get the deal done, and now there was optimism today that we'd still get the deal done, just not in time for this game. Now, we'll have to see if Baz has an update about that in the morning. But hopefully he can play versus QPR. Because losing Aliar, losing Ozan, losing Mika, we need a bit of creativity back in this team. Do you think there'll be any more incomings after Pelkas and Dervishoglu? Yes, I do. And there will be one. There will be one. And it'll be a man by the name of Adama Traore. Not sure if you've heard of him before, but we've kind of been linked all summer, and it's kind of already done. But he kind of got injured in his third training session, so he's kind of out till Christmas. And I might have kind of mentioned that in team news. And he may or may not be going to each and every single home game in full Hull City tracksuit. Who knows? I wonder if he's a Hull City player, guys. I wonder if he's a Hull City player. Lucas, even if they didn't start, it would be covered for this monstrosity of an injury crisis. But you've got to understand that with George, he didn't want to stay. Rich also didn't want to stay because he wasn't getting offered the terms he wanted. So, yeah, let's face it, they'd both be injured. They'd both be injured anyway. It'd just be our luck. Do we need to know why Traore hasn't been announced? We signed Salah and he's injured. If I see Adama tomorrow, I'll ask him, when are you getting announced? I'll ask him about his squad number. I'll ask him when he's getting announced. Because he's there. He's at the games. He's there. He's going to every game. He was at Norwich, I've been told. He was at Bristol City. He was at the Leicester pre-season game. So why? I think the only reason they've not announced him is because the injury is so long term. But then, then Salah's is also. Baz Cooper has said Salah's injury is pretty long, is longish term. Unless they're thinking that Salah could be back by about October time. We could use him in that first week of November. Then he could be chucked straight in December. And then unless Traore is guaranteed to be after Christmas, they can announce it in January. Personally, what I think they'll do is if we get Pelkas wrapped up before deadline day, which looks very likely, his bags are packed, he's ready. He does double the things, he's ready, who knows. And then, Dervishoglu could be pretty last minute, but I'm thinking if we announce Pelkas on Sunday or on Monday, if it gets done, that is, and then we could just be waiting to get Dervishoglu done on deadline day, because that's going to be right. Things are agreed with Brentford; they just need a replacement. And then he can come straight in. It's all agreed with him. It's all agreed with Brentford. He can come straight in, do a medical, straight in, bosh. But then he could also announce Traore in the lull between Pelkas and Dervisoglu. If there's no chance we're getting Dervisoglu done, he'll be a deadline day signing. He could just be a deadline day signing anyway. Because think, how much can you market at 2 deadline day signings? And we're bringing in a very, very, very good young Turkish striker from the Premier League and a player who the ownership have been talking about ever since we've been reported interest. How much can we market that? How much can we market that? Long and short of it is Traore will get done eventually. Pelkas will probably be done soon, as will Dervisoglu, providing Brentford get the finger out. Yeah. Anyway, we touched on that earlier in the stream. First touch FM. Salah got injured a little bit ago, but the club believe in him long term, so they were desperate to get it done. Exactly. They spent 2 months chasing him, and then they knew he was injured all this time, but they knew, look, we have to get this deal done. Otherwise, he won't be there for us anymore. So 2 months to waste. So I understand them why they did it, and I'm completely fine with them announcing a player that's injured anyway, because as long as that's all done, it's fine. Apparently, Pelkas is waiting for a visa. Interesting. Liking Demetrius, liking the look of him. I think he'll be a really, really good signing. Excuse me, I'll find Baz Cooper's article from this morning where he gave an update on Halil and on Demetrius. It says here, the club continues to work on signing Fenerbahce's Demetrius Pelkas and Brentford striker Halil Dervisoglu, with a belief within the corridors of power at City that the Greek international's arrival could still be completed before the weekend, though not in time to face the Sky Blues. So, right, I will ask someone who I know who knows what's going on in the corridors of power on match day at the club. I will ask what's going on if Pelkas is in the building. How much of it I'll be able to tell you, I don't know, because you have to build up trust. Baz made that very clear when he didn't unveil Salah as the mystery number 10. When there's a source, and I've been told before when I saw Sayed Manesh at the stadium, but I'd already tweeted about it. The person who I saw told me there's a new signing in the building. Just don't mention it. You have to build up trust. And I've done that. He's said to me, look, anything that I know, I will tell you. So I need to just sustain that level of trust. But if I'm allowed to tell you, I will tell you. All right? If I'm allowed to tell you, I'll tell you. But if not, I'll just have to sit. I'll sit there, all happy, just thinking, thinking what I know, and you lot want to know. Because sometimes you just have to keep stuff to yourself like that. As much as I'd love to tell you if I know something, I don't know. But if I see my inside man, I'll pop the question, see if Demetrius will be in the building. Anyway, that was a very, very long tangent. Let's get back cracking on with the preview, shall we? With not head to head, current form. We'll look at City's first because there's more to talk about in our 5 league games this season. A 2-1 win on the opening day against Bristol City, a 0-0 draw to Preston, another 2-1 win against Norwich, and a draw to Burnley, and a 5-2 defeat to West Brom. Coventry, 2 games. Sunderland 1, Coventry 1, and Millwall 3, Coventry 2. Then they lost in the EFL Cup first round. But they played a game at home. Oh no, they played that at Burton, didn't they? Yeah, I forgot about that. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, in case you're wondering why all of Coventry's games are postponed, by the way, it's because their stadium was used for the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And with Coventry's close proximity to Birmingham and with it being a rugby stadium as well, that was used for all the rugby stuff. So the pitch is a mess because it's had 3 weeks of constant battering by men chasing eggs around the pitch, and women as well, don't worry, of people chasing eggs around the pitch. So it's in a bit of a state, slightly anyway. When our academy players going to start being introduced to the 11, top of the pack like Andy Smith? It's going to be more difficult. Now we're bringing in all these players and we're going to be a better team for academy players to force their way in the same way that Greaves, that Keane, that Jarrod, that... Who else have we had in recent years? Fleming, fresh out the academy, the way that they can just go bang, right, I'm straight in here because I'm good enough, because the standard is going to be so much higher. I'm slightly underwhelmed by Salah. There was so much excitement of it, only to be an Arsenal under-21 product. Well, he's very highly rated at Arsenal. A lot of Arsenal fans were disappointed to see him go or to see him have the buy option in that deal. Looking forward to when we can finally play Tete up the middle. The field is a bit wasted on the wing. He is because of his height. Yeah, definitely. Pelkas will help Tigers a lot. So will Derbyshire. Nice. Joe, if anything comes up, DM me. I kept the secret of Rich going to Bradford for 2 hours. Good on you. Not sure how good you are at getting inside knowledge. From Hull City now that Richie is at Bradford. But who knows? Do I think Shotter's a good manager? Yes, absolutely. City will be in the Conference League after 3 years, the Europa Conference League or the National League. I'm going to hope it's the former. And my 11 for tomorrow, we'll touch on that in just a second. Happy birthday, Dean. But I'm going to motor through the rest of this because I've been waffling a little bit now. So, league table then. Where's the league table? There's the league table. That's not the league table. There it is. Right then. So, Sheffield United top 10 points from 5 games. Watford just behind them on 9, as are Reading. How Reading are up there, I have absolutely no idea, but fair play to them. Blackburn up there as well. Then Sunderland, who are going to be in a bit of a crisis, it seems, very soon, losing Alex Neil. And then us in 6th as well, behind Sunderland on goals scored. No, on goal difference. And then Bristol City 7th, Norwich, Preston, Millwall, Blackpool, Cardiff all on 7 points. Then Rotherham, West Brom, Wigan, Burnley all on 6. QPR, Luton, Birmingham, Swansea all on 5 down to 20th. Stoke in 21st on 4. Then Huddersfield and Middlesbrough in the relegation zone on 3. Coventry on the 1 point from the 2 games because of all the pitch. Because of all the pitch nonsense, really. Around the grounds on Championship Matchday 6, Luton face Sheffield United, which kicks off in 15 minutes' time. Sunderland play Norwich, Wigan play Burnley, Cardiff face Preston, Watford QPR, Rotherham Birmingham, Millwall versus Reading, Middlesbrough versus Swansea, us versus Coventry, Huddersfield versus West Bromwich Albion, Blackpool versus Bristol City, and Blackburn versus Stoke. All the games are tomorrow because of the midweek fixtures. Some on deadline day. I'm glad we're not playing on deadline day because that would be one stressful day. That would be one stressful day for me as a content creator, definitely. Shotter is a bad manager. Respectfully, Will, I disagree. I think Keno should come back to us for a year loan with an option to buy whether we get to the Premier League or not. Therefore, yeah. I mean, I think Keane's made the move too early. To be fair, I think he should have waited around for the move to Everton because losing Anthony Gordon, he'd be getting a lot more first-team action at Everton than he is doing at Brentford at the moment. I know he grabbed his first goal, but it's in the Carabao Cup and he was playing with the B team. You know what? I mean, he'll make the right move financially, definitely. But in terms of his career, I think he would have been better sticking it out here for another year. Do I think Cannon will be hit after the window shuts off? Or if we'll get rid, I think we should let him go. I also agree that we should let him go. But with Andy, don't know. He impressed Shotter in pre-season. So we'll have to see. He's been a pretty frequent feature on the bench in recent weeks. We'll quickly rattle through these. Memorable match. There's not really one I can remember. So we're just going back to last season when they beat us 1-0. Matt Godden scored at the MKM. Our team that day was Matt Ingram in net, Josh Emmanuel right back, Callum on the left back, 2 centre backs, Deshaun Bernard, Jacob Greaves. Midfield 3, Richie Smallwood, the captain, Andy Cannon, George Monka. It was a midfield diamond, wasn't it? Yeah. Smallwood, Doherty, Cannon and Monka, midfield diamond, with Lewis Potter and Eves up front. Bench was Harvey Cartwright, the goalkeeper, Coyle, Wilkes, Longman, McLaughlin, Matt Smith, and Harvey Cartwright. Last time out, quickly, 2-0 win at the Coventry Building Society Arena, where Richie Smallwood and Ryan Longman scored the goals. Our team that day was Matt Ingram in net, the back three of Alfie Jones, Sean McLaughlin, Jacob Greaves. Ryan Longman right wing back, Brandon Fleming left wing back, 2 central midfielders, Smallwood and Slater. Honeyman on the right, Lewis Potter on the left, Tom Eves through the middle. The bench was goalkeeper Harvey Cartwright, Callum Elder, Greg Doherty, Alayar Sayad Manesh, Tom Huddleston, Deshaun Bernard, and Marcus Force. And then we'll quickly do record before I have a look at the chat and move on to shared chats and on all the predicted stuff. Our record against these guys, only real representative stuff for these last 2 games, not there. Here, that one and that one there. But a win and a loss, a win and a loss. But before that, dating back a little bit further, pretty good. Pretty good. In terms of full record, won 19, drawn 9 and lost 17 against these guys. So, not too shabby. We kind of need the move. We kind of need the move for him. Otherwise, we're not been able to buy a lot of the players. Yeah, good point. Money in the region of 200 to 300k we should take for Cannon is shocking. Even Wilkes is better. God. Would I rather sign KLP or Bowen for 6 months only? You know what? I'd go for Keane because I think we've become over-reliant on Bowen. And Keane slotting in, and I think Keane slotting in would be a bit more seamless, whereas Bowen would have to adapt to a whole new group. And then for 6 months, we'd rely on him, and then we'd sink because we'd forget how to play football without him. British dollars, I know what you're trying to get me to say that. I'm not doing it. Thoughts on Figueiredo starts the season. I think he's been very underrated and slipped into the radar. Quality defender. I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. Just hold on a second. I'm just going to reply to a message. There we go. All sorted. Right then, shared shirts. Today we're going for my absolute idol, David Myler. With us from 2012 to 2018, 181 appearances, 16 goals. And then he joined Coventry on loan from Reading in 2019, just before his retirement. 5 appearances, no goals for them. Love Dave. Always have loved Dave. Yeah. Always loved Dave. My absolute favourite football player ever. I was very, very close. Well, I was trying to get a video sorted with David Myler. It never came to fruition. But I think it would have been so fun. It would have just been 10, 15 minutes of me fanboying for however long. Buzzing. I was when I got the carrot dangled in front of me, I was like, oh my God, please. He's my absolute favourite player ever. Just please come on. It hasn't come to fruition yet, and I don't think it will. But I might try and get the ball rolling again for content during the World Cup. Who knows? And I think Hull City have done very well so far. Gotten really important points from very good teams. Agreed. When everyone is fit, who would be my starting team? Including if we signed Pelkas and the Brentford lad Dervisholu. Ooh. Spice. Absolute spice. Very, 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 very good question. That's such a good question. How do I answer this? I don't know how to answer it. I don't know. Because you think we've got Cynic to come in, Sayad Manesh to come back in, Pelkas, Dervisholu, and then still Oscar, still Tete, Ozan to come back, Mika to come back, Fleming to come back. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know. As much as I love Jacob Greaves at this moment in time, Figs over Greaves. Interesting. You reckon we might clutch 6th this season, Joe? I reckon it'll come down to the final day and we'll just about do it. Oh, interesting. We need to stop signing players what are slowly becoming injury prone over time. Hopefully we can get some better loans or some newer signings like the new Arsenal. Salah is perfect for us. I think Longman should play. I agree. You think it might come home this year? I absolutely do think it will come home this year. I do. Are there going to be any new chants tomorrow? I'll have to ask the North Stand, mate. I'm in the South, mate. I think I can get chants going? Never. Not in that place. Sat in a bar in Tenerife right now in a City shirt. Nice one, Dan. Nice one. Right then. Predicted 11. Interesting to see what you think of this one. We're going to a 4-3-3 today for Shotter, where we're going to go for Matt Ingram in goal, right back Louis Coyle, 2 centre-backs, Jacob Greaves and Tobias Figueiredo, at left-back Callum Elder, holding midfield Alfie Jones, at central mid Ryan Woods and Regan Slater. It's a very defensive midfield, but it's about all the options we've got. Right wing Ryan Longman coming straight in, left wing Benjamin Tete, and up top Oscar Estupiñán. Subs Nathan Baxter, Andy Cannon, Sean McLaughlin, Tyler Smith, Randall Williams, Cyrus Christie, a new signing, and Vaughan Coville. So, quick reminder of what that was. I've gone for a 4-3-3 of Matt Ingram in goal, back 4 of Coyle the captain, Figueiredo, Greaves and Elder, midfield 3 of Alfie Jones, Ryan Woods and Regan Slater, and a front 3 of Ryan Longman, Benjamin Tete and Oscar Estupiñán. Bench of Baxter, Cannon, McLaughlin, Tyler Smith, Randall Williams, Cyrus Christie, and Vaughan Coville. That's me. Our current squad of players, when fully fit, could easily push for promotion. Agreed. Why do you, of all people, sit in one of the quietest parts of the ground? I've sat there for 10 years and I can't be bothered to move. That's simple as it is. Ozan has shown that when he's fit, he has to start no matter what. As when he's not in our team, he's massively missed. Agreed. Had he not gone off against West Brom, I don't think it'd have been 5-2. I think, in fact, we could have won that game. Assessment of Adjun. How would you respond to those who say he is in it for the money, Turkish promo and exposure? Are they right? Absolutely not. They are completely wrong. If Adjun was in it for the money, he would not invest in a football club. In England, as soon as you put your money in that football club, if you want to sell it, there is absolutely zero chance of you breaking even or making profit. Ever. You will never, ever, ever make money. You'll never, ever make money. So, I mean, if he's in it for the money, then he's in the wrong business. But he's not. He cares about the fans. Hence why he's done free Tiger travel to QPR. And Baz Cooper said that they expect it to be the same for Swansea as well, because those ticket prices for that distance are absolutely ridiculous. 36 quid to go to QPR for an adult ticket on a midweek night in August. That's disgraceful. And when you think what Tiger travel would cost on top of that, that's almost £100 for an away day, let alone, right, you might need food when you get there. Right, are you going to go to one of the nearby takeaways, get a pizza because you want a substantial meal? Right, that's a tenner. Couple of pints down in London, they're not cheap. That's probably another 10, 15 quid. You're paying 125, 130 quid for an away day. You shouldn't be doing that unless you're going to Wembley or the Champions League final. And they're special occasions, so you've got something to excuse it. But then Swansea as well, 32.5 quid. Oh, well, yeah, good point. Very good point, Connor. A pizza in London for a tenner, that is a bargain. A pizza in London's probably about 15 quid. 15 quid for a 10-inch pizza in London, probably. Yeah, God. It's ridiculous, his pricing in London. An energy price cap. Woo! And I've been starting with my new season's worth of autograph cards. This is my book of them from last season, right? I ordered a new book, and it hasn't come yet. It was due to come today, but industrial action strikes from Royal Mail workers meant everything's been pushed back a little bit. So what I've done is, so I'm not just carrying stuff around in an envelope tomorrow. I've taken all of last season's out. There's 80 of these here. There's 80 of these. And that book has never, ever been so light. Ever. Yeah, it's nuts. And by the way, before you think, slagging off the strikes, fully support the strikes. Fully support the strikes. Inflation's going like that, getting steeper and steeper. Wages are flatlining and in some cases going down. Strikes are the best way workers have to get the message across. Right, we don't just want a pay rise. We need a pay rise to keep feeding our family and heating our home. Long and short of it is, Tories swivel on it. Fuck the Tories. Fuck the Tories. Can't wait for 2024 and I can vote. Come on, please. Anyway, away from the political tangent. Predicted score. I'm confident. Another 2-1 win, I reckon. Another 2-1 win. Goal scorers, I think, will be Oscar, and I think Ben Tete will grab his first. Big Ben, what a geezer. Love how this has gone from Andy Cannon failing to pass a ball, talking about politics and the Tories. God. Leo reckons 3-0. Interesting. Leo's more confident than I am. Booze gave himself 38% pay rise, expects the workers to settle for 5. Exactly. Right, what I admire, right? Keir Starmer's divisive. I get that. But he was asked in an interview, how much do you earn? He said, right, I get this as my base salary for being an MP, and I get this on top for being the leader of the Labour Party. Didn't try and avoid the question. Faced it head on, straight at it. Very nice. Very, very nice. But then then interviewer makes it interesting. It's a very good question, saying, "Oh, well, you can afford these, so what?" And then he says, "Yes, but I'm proposing what I'm proposing to help out the people who can't. Because yes, he can, but the Labour Party is the party of the working people, and then the Tories are just on a whole different planet. Yeah, ridiculous. General election needed. General election needed. Anyway, back to City. Leo reckons Oscar, Slater, and Greaves the goal scorers. Do I think Oscar will get top scorer or be in the race for it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do think he will be in the race for it. And on that note, we'll leave that there. Thank you for watching. Good to be back. Take care. Goodbye. I've forgotten how to end these. God. Goodbye.